I am born in absolute darkness. Beneath the black basalt of the Deccan Plateau, in the ancient mines of Golconda, I take form over millennia. Carbon crushed beneath unimaginable weight, transformed by heat and pressure into something the world has no name for yet. When the pickaxe finally finds me, I do not shatter. I blaze. A rough, clouded fragment no larger than a man's fist, yet even uncut, even raw, I throw back more light than I receive. The hands that lift me from the red earth are trembling, not from exertion, but from something older and more dangerous than fear. Desire. I feel it immediately, that first hungry tightening of fingers around my body. I am pure light imprisoned in stone, and already, in this moment of my birth, I understand what I will cost. The hands that hold me now are only the first. The Sultan holds me to the lamplight, and something ancient shifts behind his eyes. Joy arrives first, a boy's joy, sudden and unguarded, then retreats almost immediately, replaced by the cold arithmetic of possession. His fingers tighten. Around him, the court of Golconda gleams with silk and sandalwood smoke. Courtiers arranged like jewels themselves, each face a careful mask. Yet already the whispers begin. Who else has touched it? Who else has seen? I feel his pulse quicken against my facets. That rapid, revealing drumbeat of a man who has acquired something he now fears to lose. He commissions a vault, then a second vault. He trusts no one. I have been held for a matter of days, and already I am remaking him. What the Sultan cannot know is that beyond his gilded walls, far hungrier men are watching. For one breathless moment, the world holds still. Shah Jahan sets me into the peacock throne, a monument of gold and jeweled plumage so extravagant it seems to mock mortality itself. Rubies blush against emeralds. Pearls hang like frozen tears. And at its heart, I burn 186 carats of compressed eternity, catching the lamplight of the Diwani Khans and shattering it into 1,000 competing suns. The air smells of sandalwood and ambition. Courtiers prostrate themselves on cool marble. An empire exhales in satisfaction. I am, at last, truly seen. But stone remembers what flesh forgets. The hairline fractures already threading through the dynasty's foundations, silent as a blade drawn slowly from its scabbard. The peacock spreads its feathers widest just before the storm arrives. A whisper travels through silk curtains and perfumed corridors, the kind of whisper that ends dynasties. Muhammad Shah wears his ruin without knowing it, wound 7 times in white muslin upon his trembling head. Nadir Shah smiles across the banquet table, his campaign of blood momentarily draped in ceremony. He invokes the ancient rite of brotherhood, an exchange of turbans, solemn and unrefusable, witnessed by a court too terrified to breathe. The Mughal emperor's fingers hesitate at the folds, then surrender. In the torchlight of that Delhi Durbar, I pass between skulls wrapped in velvet and silk. I have been worshipped, ransomed, and waged as war. Now I am won through theater. The Persian king unwraps the muslin with trembling reverence. And when firelight finds me, his gasp tells me everything. The madness is just beginning. The lamp oil gutters. A dying king lies on cold stone, his empire dissolved into dust and treachery, his eyes ruined by the very men he trusted. He names it aloud at last. The curse. His cracked lips shaping words that soldiers whisper but rulers never dare speak. I have watched blades drawn in my name, acid administered in darkness, brothers murdering brothers over the right to call me theirs. I carry no malice. I carry no mercy. I am carbon and light, ancient pressure made crystalline. What I reveal is not my doing, it is theirs. The hunger existed long before I arrived. I merely illuminate it, the way a torch illuminates a dungeon without responsibility for what lives there. The Afghan passes. The Sikh kingdom stirs to the east, and already its greatest king is raising his eyes toward the horizon, toward me. He is 10 years old when they place me in his small, uncalloused hands. Duleep Singh, the lion's last cub, turns me slowly in the amber light of the Lahore Durbar, his dark eyes wide with a child's uncomplicated wonder. He does not covet me. He simply marvels. For the first time in 5 centuries of blood and fire, someone holds me without hunger, without calculation, without the sick trembling of ambition. Around him, the Sikh Empire collapses like monsoon scaffolding. The court fractured, the generals corrupted, the British boots already echoing in the marble corridors. I have endured sultans and conquerors. I cannot endure this. A boy who looks at me and sees only light. They will take us both from him. The question is, which theft will cost him more? March 1849. The ink is still wet. In the Durbar Hall of Lahore, beneath the fractured light of oil lamps, a 10-year-old king presses his trembling hand to a document he cannot yet fully read. No sword is drawn. No blood stains the marble floor. There is only the scratch of a quill, the rustle of company paper, and the soft, devastating weight of a clause that bears my name. Clause 6. I am to be surrendered. Not seized. Surrendered. The British understand the distinction. Empire prefers the grammar of consent. I feel the boy's fingers loosen their grip, feel centuries of sovereignty dissolved in a single signature. The conquerors of old were honest in their hunger. These men dress their theft in calligraphy. And now, for the first time, I begin the long voyage toward a throne I was never meant to serve. They call my ancient form barbaric, dull, unworthy of a queen's crown. In the spring of 1852, beneath the gaslit workshops of Gerard and Company on London's Regent Street, a Dutch cutter named Voorsanger sets his wheel spinning. The sound is a whisper at first, then a scream. For 3 days and nights, they grind away what Golconda gave me. 105 carats of my original self, reduced to dust and scattered breath. I feel each facet sheared away like memory burned from a mind. They do not steal my place in history. They steal my face. What remains is brighter, they insist. More brilliant. More European. But brilliance bought through erasure is only beautiful to those who never knew what was lost. And what was lost can never be recovered, only mourned. Yet the mourning, I will discover, has only just begun. 600,000 souls file past in shuffling reverence, breath fogging the glass, eyes searching for fire that will not come. Behind the thick crystal cage of the Crystal Palace, I offer nothing. No warmth, no thunder, no whispered promise. Only a pale, indifferent gleam beneath gas lamps that flatten everything to spectacle. They expected a sun and found a pebble. Yet the disappointment does not matter. Not anymore. Britain does not display me because I am beautiful. Britain displays me because I am theirs. I have become a sentence in an empire's grammar, a full stop pressed into velvet. The label beside my case says everything: taken, catalogued, possessed. I have outlasted gods and dynasties. But this cold taxonomy of ownership is the cruelest reinvention yet. And still, the story is not finished. Midnight. Across a darkened ocean, bells ring in Delhi, and a nation is born screaming into freedom. But here, in the hushed velvet silence of London, I rest. Cold, unanswered. The cheering does not reach me, nor the weeping, nor the sacred flame of a new flag catching wind above Red Fort. I have watched dynasties dissolve like salt in monsoon water. I have felt the trembling hands of the dying, and the iron grip of the triumphant. Every conqueror believed possession was transformation. None were transformed, only consumed. I do not belong to the crown that holds me now. I do not belong to the subcontinent that mourns me. I belong to the wanting itself, to every eye that ever widened in my presence and saw, reflected back, the terrifying shape of their own desire. But the wanting is not finished. It never is.